After what appeared to be the upset of the year transpired last Sunday, the Steelers go back onto the road to Miami for primetime television, primetime football against the Miami Dolphins for Sunday Night Football. And I'll tell you what, there's a lot of story going on in this game.
A ton of story. Not only are the Steelers getting a lot of secondary pieces back, not only is the Steelers trying to continue to gain upon that momentum, Tua is coming back for the Dolphins, trying to erase a 3 straight losing streak right now. Plus, of course, the return to Miami include Brian Flores, Minkah Fitzpatrick. Thank you, Miami, for those 2 acquisitions, I must say. But it is a different Miami Dolphins team compared to those years, I will say. Brian Flores was wrongfully fired last season because it seemed like he was about to turn that organization around. But it seems like they're doing just fine because the new head coach they have, Mike McDaniels, comes from the Kyle Shanahan coaching tree.
Yeah. And
he's a genius, offensive genius. I honestly think he was a big reason for Shanahan's success in San Francisco, if I'm going to be real with you.
Yeah, I can't entirely disagree. You know, Mike McDaniels is a young head coach that's only going to get better with time. And I'll tell you what, despite their record, despite them losing 3 straight games, they have a talented roster.
It's so young. It's so promising. It's literally lightning fast. The acquisitions they made, what he's brought to the offensive table for the Dolphins has been promising. You even see the progression in Tua. For the first time in his career, Tua is actually looking like a first-round prospect.
Yeah.
Since coming into the NFL. That's how much McDaniels has done for the offense, and that's how promising the entire Miami Dolphins future is, because not only is their offense lightning fast, their defense is not to be slept on. It's stacked at every position. This is a tough matchup. A very tough matchup. The Dolphins have turned their organization around. They're so young, and it's going to be a fun game, honestly, because both these teams are, for the most part, being fully healthy in this one. I just hope that the Steelers, from what we saw last week, bring that same emotion, that same passion, that same fight, that same black and gold culture. They take it all the way down to Miami. And maybe, who knows, they pull off another upset.
Especially getting some key players back, like Minkah Fitzpatrick, like maybe Akella Witherspoon, like Cameron Sutton, Levi Wallace, Pat Freiermuth maybe.
And, of course, Kenny Pickett. He is in concussion protocol, but Tom has been very optimistic that he might start in this one. And he did say if he clears, he is starting as he should. It's nothing against Mitch. He did his job last week. Big kudos to Mitch. I'm proud of the guy. Proud for this team. But he has a role now. His role is the backup. He did his job last week.
Yeah, as soon as the Steelers transition from Mitch to Kenny, this is Kenny's team now.
This is Kenny's team. This is Kenny's squad. So if he clears, he should play.
And I'll tell you what, going up against this Miami defense, Miami defense in general, they got, like you said, they're pretty much stacked at every position. Xavier Howard leads that secondary right there. They got Javon Holland at safety that I feel like is going to be one of the next great ones at safety.
He's the one that's replaced Minkah, and he's done very well.
Very well. He's only going to get better. I will give him props on that.
Their defense is stacked in almost every position.
Yeah, their front seven as well. Jerome Baker kind of leads the way at inside linebacker. Right. They have Jalen Phillips. I just remembered they have Melvin Ingram, former Steeler.
And Emmanuel Ogbah.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, it's stacked. That defense is not to be slept on. They've actually stepped up the last couple years. So when I look at this Dolphins team and I look at the Steelers offense, the matchup is still not favorable. I still don't trust this offense. I don't. They had a great opening drive touchdown and then fell asleep up until the second half, until it got a little too uncomfortable for us Steelers fans. And then, of course, Mitch came in, threw a touchdown to Chase, sealed the game. Good stuff. But I still worry about this offense and their lack of consistency, their lack of getting points on the board consistently.
Especially on the road, because when the Steelers go on the road, and I'm talking about the Steelers offense here, they don't get anything going. No. It's hard enough they don't get anything going at home, but on the road, they're just disastrous.
Yeah. In fact, this is their second, I believe the Steelers' second primetime game, the first being in Cleveland. This is their second primetime game on the road.
Yeah. So offense, try to do something, man.
Try to do something, but most importantly, you have to keep Miami's offense off the field because even though we're getting some of our main secondary guys back, it's still suspect. It's still worrisome. So keep Miami and that lightning-hot offense off the field. You have to. And the way to do that is to control the clock. The way you do that is running the football. It hasn't been that successful the last couple weeks. It's very hit or miss.
Yeah.
The O-line could do better. Najee could absolutely do better. He needs to start stepping up in this one. Normally he does solid in prime time, so hopefully he steps it up shortly. Or ASAP, as a matter of fact.
But even then, you got Jalen Warren to lean back on, and every snap he's taking, he's making it, worth his while.
Yeah, you got to feed the kid, man. Got to feed Warren. Just use this ground game, but don't handcuff Kenny. Even though he's in concussion protocol, he might play in this game. I'm actually optimistic he does play in this one. I know concussion protocols nowadays are super cautious.
Yeah.
And NFL is so anal about clearing anyone so soon. But I'm confident Kenny will start. If not, we'll have Mitch. Nonetheless, if Kenny starts, you can't handcuff him based on his injury or just the fact he's a rookie or whatnot. At this point in the season, at this point in his early career, you got to let the kid sling it.
Yep.
You have to open the playbook. The same way you used Chase Claypool last week, which is very similar to the way they used Pat, but obviously the way they used Claypool is because Pat was out. Still use Claypool in that same factor.
Yeah, I mean, with Pat, more than likely coming back, you can still use them both there. That's a dangerous duo right there. Both of them toward the middle of the field.
In the slot.
With their size. And Claypool actually stepping up lately a little bit.
Yes. Can Claypool keep up his great play? Can he be consistent? I hope so, man. Not only did he have a great game statistically, he had a great game visually. 0 drops. He caught every target.
He did.
After weeks of just a rough Claypool, which was terrible to see. It was horrendous to watch. Can he continue to step up in the slot? Can Pat's return have a significant, significant change or highlight to this offense?
Right.
Can we get George Pickens more involved? Can Deontay Johnson continue to step up? This entire offense, man, still worrisome. I'm not favorable about the matchup if I'm gonna be real with you.
Right. And it's hard to be.
It really is.
But still, offense. Go out there and try to do something. Try to be consistent, man. You have to.
Yeah.
You got to help out the defense, especially if the defense is going to be getting some guys back. And they're going to be against a young and hot and fired up Miami offense with Tua coming back at quarterback and their receivers in Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, 2 top 10 wide receivers in today's NFL.
It's also not just them. Gesicki's not to be slept on at tight end. Chase Edmonds is so versatile. Mostert's a speedster.
They have guys, outside of Hill and Waddle that, can be utilized.
Right, and the way McDaniels schemes his playbook, he's so creative. He can get anyone involved and be successful. That's how stacked they are. They might not have a lot of mind-blowing names outside the 2 receivers, but they're productive in every aspect on the football field.
Mm-hmm.
The defense, I don't know what got into you last week. I don't know what energy was yelled at or spoken to in that locker room. Bring it down to Miami. You have to keep that same vibe, keep that same energy, keep that same fight heading against a crazy offense.
Yeah.
So when I look at this game, I'm going to be real with you. I'm not expecting a dub. I'm not seeing a dub, if I'm being real with you. But I said the same thing last week. Could they prove me wrong? Could the Steelers prove us wrong? You beat Brady and the Bucs at home. At home when everyone doubted you.
Yeah.
Well, the majority of us doubted you. And you beat Brady and possibly the last time he'll ever play you.
With backups.
With backups. That's an incredible feeling after everything that guy's put us through. But why stop there? Why stop with Brady and the Bucs? Let's see some consistency. Let's keep this up. Let's keep that black and gold nature going.
But the word consistency doesn't really fit the Steelers' vocabulary, at least in recent years. But they have to be consistent. Whatever they did last week, props to them. I am proud of them putting some fight, some care, some heart out on that field against Tom Brady and the Bucs.
But I'm not ready to say the season's turned around or this team's about to turn around their season. I can't say that with confidence because I don't think they are yet. I don't know. Until they prove me otherwise, I'm just going to go in the same way I went in every single game, except a little excited to see if they are consistent.
Right.
And if they are, you know what? I'll be on the verge of this team might have something special going in the second half. This team might have changed the tide. And in a couple weeks, we could be looking at that Bucs game and be like, you know what? That's when everything changed. Otherwise, we could be looking at that Bucs game in a couple weeks and be like, we got that win. That was the best win of the season. Well, why not keep the wins going? Why not create more upsets? Everyone still doubts you. Any given Sunday, that was proven last week.
Yeah, it was.
Any given Sunday night, it's prime time. Step it up, folks. Let's get some consistency. Why stop from last week? Let's keep it going. Here we go, Steelers. Let's get this dub. We got the Miami Dolphins. Going to be a tough matchup. Defense needs to step it up. Continue that energy they brought from last week. And the offense, just get points on the board.
Please.
Get points on the board. And not via Boz, for the love of God.
Yeah, that man's put up enough points, like, seriously, put points on the board.
Seriously, man. But nonetheless, let us know your guys' thoughts down below. Do you see the Steelers remaining consistent? Do you see the Steelers pulling off another upset? How you feeling about this game? It's Sunday night. It's prime time. Always got to love a Steelers primetime game. But hopefully they don't disappoint and they bring along that fight. I'm not expecting a dub, but if they brought a little bit of what they did last week to this week and keep the game close, I'll take it. But obviously, I would enjoy a dub.
Yes.
So let's get a dub. Here we go, Steelers.
Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you later.
Peace!